Okay guys, today we're talking about cardio. Just got done, that's about all the cardio I do. Jog in place for a few minutes. Trying to build muscle. So any of you bodybuilders want to cut back on the cardio if you're not going to be able to afford the calories if you're trying to bulk up. Remember, if you're a guy, you either want to be on a bulk cycle or a cut cycle. Talk about that in the other video. But cardio, for most people are trying to lose weight. We got, again, a lot of people in America struggle with the weight thing and have a little more fat than they like to have. So we talked about cardio. Again, it's only 10% of fitness. It's not going to be the most effective way to get the weight off permanently, but does help. Helps your heart, helps your lungs. Does help. It will speed things up. And the more time you put in, because it's constrained to the time that you put in, the more time you put in on cardio, the better. The more calories you're going to burn, of course. First thing on cardio that most people don't know is that it only burns fat when you're in your target heart rate. Okay? Your target heart rate is where you're going to burn the most effective way to burn fat. Okay? Now, your target heart rate is your fat burning zone or your aerobic zone. So, if you're going too slow, you're walking and you need to pick up the pace a little bit, you're not going to burn a lot or much at all. Okay? You really need to work hard, but not too hard. What's even worse is if you go too hard. Let's say you go to an aerobic kickboxing class or a Zumba class or some aerobics class and you just want to get in shape, so you jump into one of those classes where the teacher's been doing it for years and they're crazy and you're trying to keep up with everybody in the class and the teacher. A lot of people go over their target heart rate. What happens is you can't get oxygen in fast enough for the fat burn process, and so you go into an anaerobic state. Anaerobic means that you're basically working too hard and you're going to burn muscle instead of fat. Anytime you attack the muscle, your body stores fat as a defense. So I've seen this with clients over the years. They've worked too hard in spin class or whatever, go anaerobic too much, and their body fat can actually go up. Or you focus more on building the muscle and bulking up their legs rather than slimming down those thighs. And so it's really important to find your target heart rate. The first thing we do for our clients, there's a few equations. We use the Carnivin formula to figure out your target heart rate zone. So we make sure that you're burning fat. Now, how do you monitor that? Once you know your zone, and usually we do between 65% and 85% of your VO max of your target heart rate zone, so that you're working in that aerobic zone. They have watches with heart rate monitors. I should have worn mine. I have one, but you can get them at Walmart now for about 25 bucks. They used to be about 200 to get them. They've gotten a lot cheaper over the last few years. So that way, when you're working out, whether you're outside, you're in at the gym, you're working with your trainer, or you're in a group, you can check yourself, make sure that you're in your zone, and know if you need to slow it down a little bit or pick up the pace. Okay, that's the first important thing that a lot of people don't know on cardio, is their intensity level that they need to be working at. Okay, second thing that you want to know is, how do you do cardio? When do you do cardio? How do you fit it into your program? Most people, a little spray here, most people when they do cardio, they go into the gym, jump on the treadmill, start trucking away, right? This might be you. They get into the gym, they get on the treadmill, and they'll put in about a half an hour. And then they'll go dabble with the weights, maybe do some abs and leave. Sound like you? A lot of people. I've worked in all the major gyms, and that's what most people do. Well, fat's not your first source of energy. When you're doing cardio, you're not going to burn fat for about 30 minutes. Kind of bad news. So if you're only doing 30 minutes of cardio, you're not even tapping into your fat. You're burning calories, but not fat calories. So it's 30 minutes for most people. Depending on what you ate, could be a little less. It depends on your intensity and stuff. But for most people, I see it's about 30 minutes before they even start burning fat. Okay, the reason is your first source of energy is your blood sugar or your food. So we have to burn out the blood sugar first, and then we get to the fat. So how do I not waste time? How do I optimize my cardio? There's a couple ways to go about it. You mix up the weights with your cardio and do interval training, which will burn out the calories a little bit quicker. Okay, we're putting in a little more time. You could do an hour of cardio and get a good 30 minutes of fat burn. if you need to turn up the time that you're putting in a little bit. Or a good trick that we used to do with our clients in a lot of gyms, and I still do in a lot of our programs, is we do the weights first to tone the muscles and burn out the blood sugar, and do cardio last to burn the fat. Okay, a lot of people don't do that, and they do it backwards, and so they're not getting the results or optimizing the time that they can put in. A lot of us have time constraints. We're only getting 3 or 4 hours a week of exercise, and so you really want to maximize that time and take advantage of the cardio that you can put in by doing it after your weights, or mix it with the weights. Make sure you're getting at least a good hour when you do work out so you can get a good 30 minutes of fat burn.